Hello, this is Marcus Guiliano from MarcusG.tv. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is health. Seafood, tilapia, to be specific. Tilapia is the #1 farm-raised fish in the world. It's probably the #1 consumed fish in the world outside of the United States. However, it is #3 in the United States now. It's gaining popularity. It's gaining popularity because it's very sustainable to farm. Most tilapia is farm-raised. They like it because aquaculture companies and farms like it because it spawns once a month as opposed to trout, which goes twice a year. So you're always reproducing. It is a it has a great ratio of vegetarian feed to actually what it produces. That's probably the biggest problem with farmed salmon is they're harvesting 3 pounds of wild fish to make 1 pound of salmon. Tilapia is quite the opposite. I think it's a 2-to-1 conversion where they take 2 pounds of a primarily vegetarian feed to make 1 pound of tilapia. So that's why tilapia seems to get more sustainable nods from the from consumers and critics, because it is basically a vegetarian fish. Now, here's something that I'm going to tell you about tilapia that a lot of you probably don't know, and it's quite shocking. Tilapia, there's a big price difference in tilapia. As a restaurateur, I can buy tilapia for as little as $2.25 a pound, which is shocking. That is an incredibly ridiculous low price for anything. But most restaurants, they fall around that $3 price range for tilapia. It's a very inexpensive fish because it's farmed all over the world and it's mass produced. However, the tilapia that I buy or that I look at is almost $7 a pound. So this is quite a massive difference. So here are I'm going to tell you the in and outs of tilapia farming real quick here on this video. Here's what I'm upset about in tilapia farming. Did you know that the average tilapia farm, most tilapia farms, the industry standard is to actually change the sex of the tilapia. And they do this with a methyltestosterone, a very powerful hormone. They put it into the feed, so when the fish are born and they're being farm raised in the tanks or in the pond or the lake, they start feeding it this methyltestosterone. That changes the sex to turn everything into males. They want male tilapia because males convert quicker, there's more meat, and they don't have to deal with the females getting pregnant. Now, the issue is, this is never on the label of the tilapia. This is something they don't talk about. This is something that's kind of hush-hush. And I've called around, I've done my research, I've called several tilapia farms. The people that we use are so anti this. They basically do an organic, and there's no regulation for the term organic in aquaculture. They basically, what they do is basically organic as far as their farm-raised tilapia. But they're also approved for the Whole Foods chain of grocery stores. Whole Foods has some very strict standards, by the way, on their seafood. I'm not saying that all their seafood is going to be a best choice for Monterey Bay Aquarium, or it's not going to be all MSC certified, which is the Marine Stewardship Council, which is the leading advocacy group for certifying seafood as sustainable. And you'll see that on my menus at my restaurant. I put the MSC logo on there on certain fish, where we actually say it's MSC certified sustainable, because they are really the worldwide authority on that. Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch does a phenomenal job as well. And they have a 3-tier system: avoid, best choice, and better choice and best choice. I really like that. And you can actually get that app on your iPhone, which is cool, or your Android or whatever phones you can get apps on. But back to the tilapia. So the issue is they're feeding it methyltestosterone. They're changing the sex of the tilapia. Now, some of the tilapia producers I spoke to said, well, there's no residuals in the tilapia. Don't worry about it. It's all out of the tilapia. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. I really don't trust that answer. If they showed me specific lab reports, then I would say, okay, there's the proof. But they haven't shown me any proof. It's just their lip service that they're giving me. Now, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but I'm not going to take any chances. However, there are some serious implications with the residual MT that's actually left in the ponds going to the local groundwater of the places that it's farmed throughout Central America and Asia and South America. So they're saying now, okay, it might not be in the fish, it might not be at the end user, but now all of a sudden we're having serious health implications with the local villages and towns that are around these tilapia farms. And it's in the drinking water, and what's happening to women that are pregnant, what's happening to little kids that are being dosed with this in their drinking water. So it's really, it could be a nightmare for these people down there. So it's really one of those things that you know, it needs to come to the forefront. People need to understand, and it really needs to be labeled on the fish. Now, if you go to Whole Foods' website, which I did because I did their research too, because the one company that we buy from is actually certified from Whole Foods. And let's see what Whole Foods website says here, because they do a small little blurb here, which I was really surprised. So, farm-raised tilapia, they say their tilapia is raised in Ecuador and Costa Rica, and the farm that we use is neither one of those places, and they say they're on the approved list and they sell to Whole Foods. So I'm not sure, you know, there's always some little discrepancies here. Because to our strictest standards, which prohibit antibiotics and preservatives, because a lot of tilapia is gassed. It's a preservative, it makes it look better. Nor do we allow the industry standard use of hormones for sex reversal. And our tilapia feed contains fish processing trimmings instead of wild-caught fish, which is a way that they're using what's already being caught for consumption, using the trimmings, which is a huge step. So they're specifically saying that they don't use the hormones for sex reversal. So what do you do if you want to buy tilapia that has not had the sex reversal hormone? I would say go to Whole Foods, ask questions, make sure the tilapia you're buying from Whole Foods has it. Look at the brands, go online, look at the brands, find out. What I do in my restaurant to source a product is I never rely upon a salesperson walking in my door and saying, I have tilapia, I have beef. I do my research, I find the tilapia or the beef or whatever product I want to buy, then I go on the company's website, I find their distributors, or I call them and say, I found your product, I have some questions, and then lastly, how can I purchase it for my restaurant? So I do the opposite buying process of what most chefs and most restaurants do. Find the product, then I have to find out how I'm going to get it to me. And that's why we have, you know, FedEx showing up here several days a week, dropping things off, because we literally at my restaurant have one person that does all of our raw organic cashews from Bali. We have one person that does our salt that gets imported from Pakistan, that's hand mined. We have another person that does our albacore hand line caught tuna from the Pacific Northwest. So it becomes a nightmare behind the scenes to be able to keep up paying all these vendors, because instead of writing one check to a big warehouse like Cisco or US Foods, we're writing 30 checks, you know, because one tilapia, one's for salmon, one's for albacore tuna, one's for sea salt or Himalayan mountain salt. So if you're concerned, go to Whole Foods, ask questions, go to the internet, do some research, and then ask the specific question you want to ask. Has this tilapia gone through sex reversal, or has the sex been changed through methyl testosterone, or are they adding a hormone to it to change the sex? Hope that helps you today, and if you like tilapia, hope that really helped you if you like tilapia. I'm Marcus Guiliano, I'm Chef on a Mission, marcusg.tv and chefonamission.com. Thank you.